Sip and Talk Podcast. Sip and Talk Podcast. Sip and Talk Podcast. Starting soon.
All right, hello everyone. How's everyone doing this evening? We have a great show for you this evening. I have joining me special guest, Bryant Pookie. God, I forgot.
How you doing?
Good. So Bryant
Can you hear the
is
echo?
sharing with us today. He is a comedian. He does skits. He's doing a podcast tour, correct? Are you hearing me okay?
Yes.
Okay, so
The
I'm saying that
echo's fine. We're not with the audio. It's fine. I guess we got to work with what we got. How you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing great too. Yeah, I do. Basically, I do like comedy skits, kind of similar to like what Dave Chappelle used to do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I actually started.
So he used to do skits for he became a comedian or stand-up. That's it.
Yeah. You're echoing. All right. No, I never did stand-up comedy. I always just been doing comedy skits. And I actually started about a year ago. And it just came to me. I just said, let me try it, because I had gave up on my reality show. I remember I was telling you about that.
Yes.
Yeah, so I just gave up on it. I got tired of working with a whole lot of people and spending money stupidly. And I always remembered a person told me that a lot of people, when it comes to like entertainment, they either want to laugh, see drama, or see sex appeal. And I always was funny in the back of my mind. I was like, let me give this stuff a try. What do I got to lose? I know how to film, I know how to edit. So I just went to Party City, bought some costumes that kind of fit the image that was in my head. The first one I did was okay. Then the second one I did, it was really funny. The funny thing is though, the same day I dropped my reality show, Entrepreneurs of Baltimore, is the same day I dropped my second skit. And Entrepreneurs of Baltimore got a little over 4,000 views. My comedy skit got 8,000 views.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have one of your videos ready to play right now. I can play
Yeah,
that.
you have my video?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right, can I roll it?
Okay. See if I can bring it. What?
Are you pulling it up right now?
Yeah. Oh, come on. Okay, it might not. It might not. Yeah, I don't. I tried it earlier and it did play, but it's not I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I tried it earlier, it worked. It's the internet connection. So I'm sorry about that.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so how long have you been doing, like comedy skits?
I did about maybe 8 skits, and I did it within 3 or 4 months. Like I'm a natural at it. But the only problem was, I had got into another business venture with some friends, so I had to put it on hold for a year. But within that year, without me even touching it, the numbers just kept rising. And in the back of my mind, I still have more skits in the back of my mind. So right now, I decided to do this podcast tour to try to push this comedy skit around the country. I mean, it's funny, it's humorous, and it's something I love doing. And the beautiful thing about it is, though, I don't have to work with anybody.
That,
And
that's
as a
always a
business
plus.
owner, it's really hard working with people. I mean,
I was just gonna ask you that. What are the pros and cons of working with, people?
yeah, and also too, I'm a people person, and also too, it got so bad, I actually had to step away and really analyze things. I'll just say that. I realized some things I'm not perfect. Some things about you people might not like, but
Yeah.
but then I just had to do the research of the nature of men and women. And when it comes down to business, that's why you got to kind of separate things with certain people you can't work with, you know? And it's
Yeah.
nobody's fault. It's just in our nature as people, you know? Um, you know, um, but but that's the beautiful thing about it is though, I'm just glad I'm working by myself now. And if I do, and the thing is though, by me playing like 4 or 5 different characters, if I do need a model or an actor, I have people I can fill in. But one thing I can say though, you don't realize a quote until you really go through something. And you know that quote, it's a blessing in the storm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I did not realize, I just thought the reality show was a big loss. And but I wouldn't have been able to do these comedy skits and push it the way I did if I didn't go through what I went through as far as the reality show. Because the reality show, I learned how to film, I learned how to edit, I learned how to write scripts. And if I didn't learn that type of stuff, I'd have been going in there the same way as far as trying to pay everybody for everything to make a flyer. Can you film this? And then also too, when it comes down to filming and production, I don't. It depends on who you're working with, but your projects are never going to be like 100% correct. What I'm trying to say is, when I give my material to an editor, he's not going to do everything exactly the way I want it. So that's why,
Yeah.
like, I'm glad, like, I'm editing my own stuff. I don't have to wait, give my material back to someone or wait for them to send it back. So, I mean, but working with people is cool. But with this project, I'm glad I don't really need people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah. So
Yeah, my job is just to make people laugh, and that's it.
so when you're doing the different characters, are you just like kind of filming them like at different times? Like how are you like when you're doing more than one character? How are you doing that?
I'm glad you asked, because someone was trying to say like that must be difficult what you're doing. No, I can knock out like one of my skits. It took me like 40 minutes, the longest. What I do is the night before, I get all the wigs and everything, lay them out what character is going to be in each skit. I have my script written out, and then who's ever got the most on their script, I knock out first. So Grandmama does a lot of talking. I mean, you see Grandmama in the skit; she's funny, you know. So I hurry up, put my her outfit on, the wigs on, and I just knock out. And the thing is, too, it doesn't look funny when I'm filming it. You know what I mean? Because I actually basically like grandma, for instance, I got to knock out all parts of her skit from first to last in 10 minutes. So 1 minute I'm talking about Grandmama's Baby, Pissy Pierre. It's so many, you know what I mean? I'm doing all this in like 10 minutes. And then I got to do it for the next person. And then after all the characters, I've done knocking out all the screenplay, basically everything I wrote down for each character. I just put it all together, edit it up, you know, and when it comes down to editing, I knock out that stuff like in 10 minutes. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
That's why I was surprised.
I'm bad with it. I can't speak at all. So how did you come up with your different characters? Like, how did you come up with Dr. Ellis or Dr.
Dr.
Ellisworth?
Ellsworth? Oh, okay. It was funny because I didn't know what name to run with it. I was trying to figure out a name for because I was going to make it like the grandma show, and how I came up with it, I just used bits and pieces of my life, like as far as like for instance, I don't have no kids of my own, but I got nephews that look like me, and when they do dumb stuff, I just be imagining. I wish I could talk like this to you if I was your dad. Also, too, like, for instance, and some of that stuff was really real. Like, for instance, my mother really used to call me Pissy Pierre because I ain't stopped peeing a bit till I was really 7 years old. You know what I mean? So some of that stuff is really real.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the funny thing is, though, I really look like my mother when I put on the wig and stuff like that. So, but the thing is, though, Dr. Ellsworth, he just started bringing humor to it, and it just came to me. It's like, all right, Dr. Ellsworth, and I just added up all the names and just like Dr. Ellsworth, father and son comedy series.
Okay.
Yes.
And how long have you been doing this stuff?
Huh?
How long have you been doing comedy skits?
How long have I been doing this?
Yeah.
Altogether, about 6 months, because well, the first 3 months was like a year ago. I knocked all that out in 3 months, natural. And what made me stop is because I had to start a new business venture. But when I got tired of that business venture and looking back on this business venture, I realized the numbers were still growing. I was like, wait a minute, I haven't even pushed it. Imagine if I would have been pushing that in the whole year. Them 8,000 views could have been 25,000 views. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what made you like want to get into, doing comedy skits? Have you
Okay.
always
Yeah, because I just always have funny things in my head, and usually I'm really outgoing and humorous and goofy and funny around people I have good vibes with. Um, but this way, I don't have to be around people. I can just be by myself, and I just basically anything that comes up in my head, I just bring it to reality now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so coming with the idea of a podcast tour, where'd that come from? How'd you come up with that? What made you come up with that? Because
All right. Well,
I've never heard of that.
oh yeah. I'm glad you said that. I'm an entrepreneur to the fullest. I even got entrepreneur tattooed on my chest. I love being an entrepreneur and strategizing. So that's one thing I'm good at. And it's simple. Like I looked at, like, for instance, in the 90s or even the 80s when R&B, like musicians, and basically what do rappers and musicians do now? They really get themselves out there. They do tours.
Yeah.
They go to different cities, different states. I just use that same strategy. But I was like, how can I get my comedy? Well, the biggest thing is right now, reality shows are slowing down. People are doing podcasts. And and then the thing is, though, I do have a nice following and a nice viewer base, like when I do put it out there. And I was like, some of these podcasts actually would like to have something like me on their show. It's funny, it's humorous. And everybody's doing podcasts now. So this was the perfect time to do a tour. This is the perfect time to hit the country, So, I mean, but that's how I got that's how I came up with the idea of doing a podcast tour. I just looked at other genres and other people doing other entrepreneur things, what they did in the past. And I mean, I just did it my own way.
Okay. So how long have you been doing the tour?
How long what?
How long have you been doing the tour and how many like states? Well, it's virtual, so how long have you been doing the tour?
Okay, I started about a month ago. It started out slow because I didn't know how to find them. And and you know, no one helps you as an entrepreneur. You know that people like to keep stuff to themselves.
Yeah.
But you can't stop YouTube tutorials and Google. So what I started doing was I found out where are all these podcasts at, Brian? And Spotify, iTunes, and I started coming across some good podcasts, and also too, and all these strategies I use as far as my reality show too. And I found out too Facebook groups, Instagram groups. There's a lot of podcast groups you can go on, and there's people looking for great people to put on their shows.
Yeah.
And then I just started in these groups. I started just posting like 1 minute, 30-second clips of my stuff. I started getting likes, and then I strategized. I looked at who was liking it. I looked at their views, how long they've been doing it, how serious they are, and I inboxed them. So and that's how I've been doing it, being able to like get booked for these tours. And my first one was in Atlanta, and you're my second one, Minnesota. Y'all up in the house. Y'all got some great entrepreneurs out there. Thank you for pushing me. You know what I mean? I love you for that. And it's going pretty smoothly. But it started off a little slow, but I mean things are picking up. People are starting to call me back now.
Okay, that's good to hear that. So, do you think that you will ever go back into doing a reality TV series?
Yes, yes, yes. But I got to do everything. I got to do things differently. When running a business, you got to be smart, just like anything in life. I mean, when you love something, sometimes you got to think with your mind first instead of your heart. Because as entrepreneurs and dream chasers, we can be impulse decision makers. And it's fun when you're in your 20s, but when you get your 30s and 40s, you've got mortgage, water bill. You can't be just making stupid decisions, spending your money stupidly. So yeah. So yes. I do want to get back into doing that because it's still a big market for that. But the thing is though, you just got to make sure everybody, y'all vision is on the same page. Everybody can play their positions. It's not a lot to it. You just got to be smart about it. I mean, because the thing is, though, it's not even also about the money. If you're very passionate about what you do and you're very passionate about going after your dreams and being a risk taker, and that's what being an entrepreneur is all about, is being a risk taker. If things don't go out your way, it's the emotional state, taking losses. And and when people are so passionate about it, I've seen people stop working on projects for a year or two because they were that hurt. So, and I'm a very passionate person. So, especially when it comes down to chasing my dreams or trying to help people's dreams come true. So, I do want to do it again, but I just got to really take my time and really strategize with that.
Okay. Now I saw one of your videos that said Tyler Perry's studio. So did you work with Tyler Perry or work in Tyler Perry's studio?
No, I was putting that out there because I do want to work. I mean, I do want to have the option of one day going to Tyler Perry's studio and knocking out skits in the future. And I thought that he actually rented out his locations, but when I called and talked to his assistant, none of that stuff was true. So, but the thing is, though, I'm picking up numbers on my Facebook business page when it comes down to my comedy series, and that's why I always throw that out there because eventually he will see it, and I do want him to see that since day one, this brother is not just a fellow entrepreneur. I'm a fan, and I admire what he does, and I would like to, do some skits at his studio one day.
Would you ever like to work with him and create something?
Yes. I mean, who wouldn't? I mean,
Yeah.
but you know what though? He's so creative. He really doesn't need nobody. I mean, he's really creative. I mean, but that would be an honor.
All right.
But if he even shared or gave me a like, I mean that speaks for itself.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are the pros and cons of, you know, creating skits, coming up with new content?
Oh, repeat that. What about you wanted to
What
know
are the
what?
pros and cons of, you know, coming up with new content, creating skits, characters?
Yeah, you asking me like what's it like or
Like,
how do I do it?
so the ups and downs, you know, the pros and cons.
Um, the ups and downs is when I get calls from like people who actually like the show or just want to give me some input. The only ups and downs I get like when I talk to different people because different people like different characters. Some people love Grandma, and some people actually surprisingly like the rapper. So when I hear different feedback and stuff like that, that kind of like messes with me. Like maybe I should concentrate on the rapper more. Maybe I should concentrate on the grandma more. You know what I mean? but otherwise, I mean, I feel I'm doing a good job with it. It just comes to me naturally. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So where are you touring next? You have a lot of tours lined up?
Yeah. I start my next season 2. I'm actually going to film it next week, but I'm not going to drop it. Like I said, I really got some numbers to catch up on, so I want to knock out some more of these tours, get my name out there, and build my fan base. You know, because that's one thing I'm learning too. Your fans are very important. You know, and
Yeah.
I'm giving them a service, and they're giving me a service by giving me attention. So I want to build my fan base, and I just want to make everybody happy at one time. So as soon as I build my fan base and start getting like 10,000, 15,000 views, like, and I know next time I drop something, it's going to be about 10,000 views. So I'm just let me build my followers. But like I said, I'll knock out 2 maybe next week, and I already have my actors already ready and everything like that. But like I said, I'm not going to drop it for maybe about another 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have any questions for me?
Got any questions for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Renee.
Yeah. So did you get to watch some of my most of my skits?
Yes.
Who's your favorite character?
Dr. Ellisworth.
Really? That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
I wish
Yeah.
I was talented, but I don't know.
You say what? You wish what?
I can be that talented.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And also too. And I still want to work with you about this reality show.
So wait, refresh me.
I remember you were talking about how you wanted to do a reality show too in the future.
Did I say that? I don't know.
I
I
believe
think
you
I'm
did.
scared. I don't know if my acting skills are there either.
All right. That might have. I think that was you.
No, I know we spoke about your reality TV show, but
Oh,
I don't know.
okay. Yeah. All right, that might have been somebody else. I'm so sorry. You know, I talk to a lot of people. I'm out here promoting. You know.
She says that would be cool. I don't know. I think
Oh,
I
what are
would
you
be.
doing? Man?
I don't know if I'm a good actor.
Oh, okay. You're more of an actor.
I said I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would be because,
Oh,
like,
okay.
for instance, like when I started podcasting, it, it was like I was nervous, and I learned from somebody. He's my co-host. Actually, he said, "Stop directing," and it made sense because it was like I was so busy trying to direct and think everything has to be this way, and I have to talk this way, and I have to be this way that it wasn't coming off right. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so now it's like I just kind of just like just go with the flow and it's just normal. But I
It's a
don't know
blessing.
how that.
Yeah. Um, but the reality show, I'm gonna have to really sit back and strategize on that because reality shows are kind of like changing. Reality shows are actually migrating to YouTube lives now. Like,
Uh,
I mean,
TV now, like they're on like those apps, like Roku. They, a lot of people are creating different apps and
mhm.
put adding, reality TV shows. Like I just saw somebody posted, they have an app and they were looking basically they're looking for talent to put on that app. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You
But
can get your
though, one thing that oh, I'm sorry for cutting you off. My bad.
I was just gonna say you can get your own uh platform on Roku.
Hmm. Well, I actually have in my corner, and that's why I'm glad I found something I'm really talented at, but also too, it's easy for me because I like to strategize as an entrepreneur. But the one thing that's in my corner with this, no matter how much time has changed, or like for instance, reality shows is changing, right? We just talked about that, right?
Yeah.
TV shows now. Now there's no more networks. The general public is the network now because of social media. Now we get to choose who we want to watch. You know what I mean? Instead of like a couple people giving us 80 channels to choose from. Um, but what I love about this is I have access. The reason why I'm saying this is because a podcast I was on in DC, they wanted me to do some comedy at a club. And I'm like, I do comedy skits, kind of like with Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy, Tyler Perry, you know what I mean? That's what we, and I was got an idea. I'm like, wait a minute, what if I just get a couple actors and do a quick stage play? I was thinking about it. Stage plays has been here since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
After reality shows, TVs, stage plays. So I think in the future, I think this is going to turn into stage plays.
And that would be good. That would be a great thing.
I think yes, my Dr. Ellsworth father and son comedy series when it really like picks up off of social media, I think that's the door that's going to open.
I hope you tour to Minnesota.
Yeah, stage plays, and like I said, it's always going to be a market for that. That is tradition. I mean, they were doing that in the 1700s. Like that is, till 2022. Stage plays. So hopefully I'll be doing that in the future. I mean, the opportunity. There's big opportunities for it, but I just can't go ahead of myself. Let me stick to doing what I'm doing now, what's getting me winning, master that, and then see what other doors open after that.
All right. So do you have a family? Are you married? Do you have kids?
No, I'm not married. I'm just dating right now. I don't have kids. Thank goodness I get to keep my paychecks to myself. No, but no, I actually do. I do want a family of my own one day, start having kids. You know
Okay. Well, I don't have any questions.
what I mean? Okay. Well, see if you can play my skit one more time for the fans.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask you. Are you able to, like, because usually when my co-host does it, he sends it to me, but are you able to do it from your phone?
Let me see.
Like,
Let me check.
like try to share it from your phone, like, because it usually works that way.
Let me see. If not, we'll just tell the general public, where to find me. Hang on. I see here mic, camera, settings, chat. Hang on, let me see. I really don't know how to do it on my part. I will have to play with this thing first. I just uploaded it like 10 minutes before we got on.
Okay.
Usually I'm a beast at doing this stuff. I just got to play with it, you know.
Okay.
Wait a minute. How did you get it up? Did you go into settings, right?
So on my end, I have a share button. I just click on share, and then I go
Hit
to.
share.
But I had already had the video pulled up, and so it's ready to go. Uh-oh, we lost
Hello. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can
Yeah. No, there's no way on my end to pull up the skit. Well, listen to our fans and followers and our future fans and followers. You can follow me on Facebook. That's where most of my followers and everything are. It's where I started out at, and it's the Dr. Ellisworth Father and Son comedy series. Also on Instagram, Dr. Ellisworth Father and Son, and those are my main two platforms right now. YouTube, I'm still building my following. Um, but that's where you can find me though. It's not hard to find.
see. Let's hope this works.
You still trying to pull up the clip? Uh, Sip and talk with. My friends today. You see me drinking my warm cup of tea, Pookie. Needs to get a fucking job. Mom, can I please go out and hang out with my friends today? Girl, you see me drinking my warm cup of tea, Pookie.
Okay. So you guys were able to see it.
Yeah, I seen it.
Somebody that. Okay. Hello. Hello. Hey, oh.
Y'all able to hear me?
Okay. She wants to know if you could spell it out. Can you hear me? Is everybody frozen? are you able to hear me? Okay. I think we're frozen. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go on and end it because things is just not working correctly. Things is freezing. I really can't play video. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for joining.